The man you see at the top of the screen got on his platform and told millions of other men, don't let your significant other post provocative pictures online. Because if you do so, what she's really doing is courting other men. And you as a man should never deal with a woman that is out there seeking other men's attention, seeking validation from other men. Whether or not she thinks it's for her girlfriends or for herself, she knows exactly the type of people that are going to be in her inbox. And he made a very well thought out explanation about why he believes the thing that he believes, only to find out that the woman you see next to him right there has a ton of provocative pictures online, and that's his girlfriend of 7+ years. You can't make this stuff up. These men out here will sell you up the river as long as they can get a percentage of it.
I would like to know what the no fugazi cultists are going to say now. Look at that.
Straight up and down. Don't forget, this is also the same man that told you that single mothers were recreational use only. Single mothers were not to be taken seriously, only to find out that his long-term girlfriend was a single mother of 2 kids. This boy playing stepdaddy. He living his best life while he's selling you up the river, convincing you that your life is trash because of the person you fell in love with or because of the person you decided to take seriously.
Now, when we called him out for saying single moms are recreational use only to find out about his situation, he said, I have a TikTok page telling my life. Nigga, that's your girl's TikTok page. You're on there every 4th or 5th video or something like that. That's her TikTok page, my boy. Now, this brother right here, I'm a big fan of his content. Watch this.
So this man right here goes by the name of Myron Gaines, and he single-handedly destroyed what's called the red pill community. And this is how he did it. So he had a really big following on YouTube, and it happened super quick. And the way he got that following was by doing something a little bit different from other YouTube channels, which is have a podcast, invite guests, and then kick those guests off your podcast. 100% of the time, actually no, 99% of the time, those guests were women. And the way he kicked them off the podcast was pretty degrading, and a lot of people call it misogynistic. Fast forward, this podcast gets extremely popular, and now mainstream eyes are on this podcast. He had so many eyes on him that he started to become a liability to the company that sourced out his content. And he actually knew this. He felt the pressure. So he ended up taking his content to a different platform, away from YouTube, and feared that he was going to get his entire channel shut down. But he miscalculated YouTube's reach because he went on Rumble and did something extremely racist. So bad that YouTube took down, well, no, they demonetized his channel, actually. They eliminated all forms of payment being distributed to his channel and his podcast for what he said on a totally different platform.
I didn't even know about that. That's insane, boy.
That's how bad it was. Anyways, fast forward again. Myron is now hoping that he can get monetized again on YouTube because he was making millions of dollars on that platform. YouTube doesn't allow him to do it. He submits tons and tons of requests for them to turn back on his channel. They say no. So he ends up going to Twitter and makes the calculation, well, if I am going to be called an extremist, then I might as well become an extremist. And this is the part where his downfall was so bad that it took everybody else with him. And this is how it happened. He goes on Twitter and he becomes a full blown racist. Like, it's not even about the women, it's just attacks on blacks, saying everything a Klan member would. Don't believe me? Go Google it. I'm not going to repeat it here. And because the eyes were on him, it was literally him and Andrew Tate. Like, those were the only two people that was the heavy hitters on for the whole red pill community. So now they're watching the heavy hitter, the leader of that community, turn into a racist. And not even Kanye West could get away with that. You understand? He's nowhere near Kanye West. He starts talking about the Jews. He starts talking about the blacks. And he starts rubbing everybody the wrong way. And because he's now doing this, people view his followers as the same as him. So people who listen to his podcast or support his podcast or just indulge in what he's saying, people then say to themselves that don't listen to the podcast, they're all the same. Because when you have that rotten of an apple, none of them can be good. You understand? It's not like it's a little bit. So they're like, no, we're writing off every single person that subscribes to this type of ideology because this is what they produce. So then everybody's turned off and they look at this entire red pill space as a bunch of clowns, people who are just mad that they can't get girls, and half of them are racist. So that's how he destroyed the red pill community.
You know, the biggest blessing that ever could have happened to me was me going on that podcast and being disrespected. So think about it. I went on the podcast, they called me the guest of honor, and didn't even ask me any questions about me, even though they had been playing my song for 6 weeks. But I was so humble and grateful to be on a big platform that I didn't even realize it until 2 hours later. So that's when, the friction happened. I had no idea they were this bad before I left their show. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I was never really a podcast watching ass nigga. I still watch TV and movies and stuff. So after I left their show, I started doing a bunch of research into them. That's what we got. That's what we got. I just want to say, again, I am so grateful that they suck and I'm awesome. You would think these guys, since they've been demonetized again and they would kind of clean up their act, right?
Today's topic.
Yo, we're tired of this shit. We want to say nigger. We want to say f*** it. We want to call these Jews f***s. We want to...
Sorry, we're going to bleep him out. He wants to be able to say these things.
We want to be able to say what the f*** we want to say. We want to call Italians or Indians f***s. We're tired of the f***ing tone policing. Make racism great again. Make bigotry great again. Make fun of bitches for being stupid. Call them bimbos. Call them sluts, because they f***ing are. And we just want to call a spade a f***ing spade. If I gotta be the one to f***ing be one of the few streamers that says this shit because all the other ones are scared about losing f***ing endorsements and deals, fuck it. It is what it is.
We finna bring this back. This is great.
Today's topic.
Yo, we're tired of this shit. We want to say nigger. We want to say f*** it. We want to call these f***ing Jews f***s.
We want to do this. We want... Woo.
We want to... Sorry, we're going to bleep him out. He wants to be able to say these things.
We want to be able to say what the f*** we want to say. We want to call Italians or Indians f***s.
We want to be able to say what we want to say. Whew. Shout out to Apple and Preach.
We're tired of the f***ing tone policing. Make racism great again. Make bigotry great again. 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 And we just want to call a spade a f***ing spade. If I gotta be the one to f***ing be one of the few streamers that says this shit because all the other ones are scared about losing f***ing endorsements and deals, fuck it. It is what it is.
Two things, my nigga. Now, you made it clear. Your fan base is only racist. Second of all, You already lost all your shit. You lost all your endorsement. You lost all your monetization except for whatever locals, whatever that shit is. So you're not falling on the sword. You've already been stabbed.
Again!
Several times.
Again!
Cut.
Again!
Open.
Again!
Bleeding.
Again!
So if you aren't aware, Myron's been spending a lot of time online, just yelling at random people, calling them the N-words all day long. If I made a compilation, it would last an hour plus. Just what he's doing. He's having a lot of beef with a lot of different groups, but now he's doing it like, man, listen, I'm gonna be the one to do it because all these other streamers are too scared. Is there anything brave about doing this after you get demonetized?
Again!